Hi, Sherry.
Sue, thanks for doing this for us.
Mm,
Appreciate your extra time.
no problem. I am on.
Okay, well, I want to welcome everybody back to our second basic virtual training class. And this is Sue Rimmel. Sue's from up north in Michigan. She's the director with the Pampered Chef in the Clawson Downline. Sue turned in over 6,000 in sales in April in virtual parties. So Sue's here to help us train on the next step in our basic virtual training. So Sue, I'll let you take it away.
All right. I'm going to put on screen share here a minute, Sherry.
Okay.
Sorry. Share. There it is. Oh, so that wasn't the page I wanted to pop up to. All right. So I personally have used Post My Party. And when I start training my downline, and of course, let me see how many million of things I have open here. Sorry, I should have had this one up and running. I can't find my skeleton. All right, I got to move you over. Hold on a minute. All right, so basically when I start training my group, I want them to pick out how many days they're going to run their party for. Okay, so it's entirely up to you, but, and this was the thing I couldn't find the other day. Here is the Facebook engagement thing, the global engagement. And if you look at this, Monday through Friday are the best times with the most people on Facebook, period. Okay. Saturday and Sunday are a lot more limited in their timing. And the darker the spot, the more engagements they have, the more people on. So looking in that, Wednesday is your biggest day for people. So that is, I offer a gift if they order by a Thursday, okay? I want people on and interactive on that day. You know what I'm saying? So I try to do a lot of good of my big posts on that day. I am starting to change since I found this. I'm going to try to change where my posts are starting like at 8. It looks like 7, 8 o'clock is a decent time to have them. 1 to 2 is another great time. And I think my final post of the day will be around 5. So if that makes sense. Okay, so with that said, I think if you have your first day of your party on the busiest day, I always continue to encourage people to join. So I don't like to have my first day for sure on Wednesday. If you're going to be doing multiple parties in a week or in a month or whatever, the easiest way to do that is to have all your parties start on the exact same day.
Sue, by first day, do you mean the day that you start inviting or the day that you start doing posts for your guests to see?
Okay, so when I do mine, I start mine on Friday. That's my personal opinion, and I just have always done it this way, and I'm very light on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Our party officially starts on Monday. I do some posts during that time to keep people active, but my posts start on Monday. This gives my hosts a long time to invite, get them guest invite, start getting some engagements going and stuff like that. So that's my personal opinion. It doesn't matter, you know, it's just day one happens to be whatever day you want it to be. Okay. So, but if you have all your parties start on the same day, and I just tell my people when they're interested in a party, I'll say to my host, I start my parties on Friday. Does the 22nd work for you? I don't say, what day do you want to do your party? When do you want to start your party? I just tell them what I have available. And I've not had an issue booking. So I am booking, I've got 5 more starting tomorrow. And I've already got 3 for next week. And I've got people that I've got to get a hold of. I've got like 5 or 6 leads that I need to follow up on.
Okay.
So when you use a format like this here, what this allows you to do when you're building your party is not sit and try to mentally put it together without having a format, if that makes sense. So if you are starting, no matter how many days, this goes up to 8, and I would say don't do more than 8 days of posts. People just get really bored. But if you're going to start your posts on Monday, so if I put Monday here, whoops, whatever, and I would whatever, I hit cap lock. And then I can start with leaving a time frame in here for each one. So maybe if I'm going to start them at 7 o'clock, I might leave 3 spots for that. But it allows me to write the time that I posted and what my content is. Because when you're building these, occasionally you'll find that you forget you posted something, and I've had duplicate posts. That's a little embarrassing because you usually don't notice that until it's actually posting. You're in this and you're like, I thought I just saw that. So you don't want to do that. So this just allows me to have some sort of format to follow and write down as I do things. So with that said, I'm going to run into Post My Party. And sorry, here's Post My Party. So when you go into Post My Party, it looks a little bit like this. And these are your tutorial videos. And those are going to show you how to do anything that maybe you forgot that I said. It's very simple. They have posted a lot of things. They actually send me an email monthly, or I don't know if it's monthly, with some training on it, which is awesome. And that's where I've learned, why I'm in Facebook jail. I've gotten a lot of my good information there, because in December, November and December, I was only doing like 1 party, 2 parties a week. And I was in jail the whole time. I had to post off my husband's page just to keep out of jail.
And do you know why you were in jail? Did they tell you?
They don't tell you, but I figured it out, and I had to edit a lot of my posts. Okay. And I'll go through some of that in a quick minute. I'm going to show you how to set up, and I'll show you one of the tricks that Post My Party does, so you do not end up in jail.
Okay.
So
and I think we've established that there's a 14-day free trial right now going on.
14-day free trial. And then it's $9.95 a month.
Okay.
And, I figure with my $9,000 in sales, I can probably afford that.
Right.
So, and I've actually had this multiple different times, and I've gotten away from it because I wasn't utilizing it like I should. And right now, this is like the only way I could be doing this. If I had to post every day on my own, I would never remember. So when you go into here, you've got like a template here. And all you're going to do is, I've got a list of templates. These are my templates that I have going right now. But all I'm going to do is click on Add New, and you're going to put a name to this. So I'm going to put May. So if I was doing it for May, I'm going to just put May sample so I don't end up using this on accident. I'm going to hit Create a Template. And then it's going to say add a post. So at this point, and this is the luxury of having a skeleton next to you to watch and go back and forth. Maybe I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see something really cool. If I go to, sure, here it is. Okay, if I jump onto YouTube, and this is where they have phenomenal posts. I mean, if you want some really good videos done by Pampered Chef, they post all of them here. So you type in Pampered Chef up here, and with the spoon over here, the PC logo, that's the official site. None of these will link to somebody else's video page. None of these will link to things that you don't want to give people. I mean, some of the people embed link to their web page into their videos. And if you use them, you're sharing their web page with all your friends and family.
So the spoon on the left of the Pampered Chef, you said, that determines it?
Yep. So when you type in Pampered Chef, this is what pulls up, and this is their official site right here with the logo.
Okay.
There's other ones throughout, but this one has all of their stuff in it.
Okay.
So when I look at this, you can see the amount of time that all of these are, that shows the time. And I try to steer as close to, 3-4 minutes is a long video. So I try to find one that's short, for what I'm using. They have recipes. They have, I mean, if you go down here and each of these tabs right here, this whole long strip has more in it. So you can open this up and expand these to see different things. Like here's one for 1:47 about the pea protein. So let's say I want to use this. I click on it. All right, I'm going to press pause so you don't hear that. And then for me, because I'm a MacBook user, all I got to do is click on that link and it turns it blue, and I'll hit Command Copy. So however you copy and paste. So I'm taking that video and I'm going to do Add a New Post in the green button. Hello, there it goes. Add a new post. And I'm going to do a video link or a web link or whatever you want to put. And I'm going to put that video link right there. And this is the pea protein. Whatever you want to put is here. You know, pea protein is great addition for healthy options. I don't know what you want to put here. But anyway, you want to put that. So, and then if this is one of my posts, and that was something I learned later, but if you want to link this to your host page, if I use the square parentheses like that, that's the link. That will post the individual link, and I'll show you how that works later, but that will post, for Mary's party, it will post Mary's link. For Betty's party, it will post Betty's link.
So you just type in the square, then link.
The square link. So, so if I put in here to order from, whoops, can you see this or is this really tiny?
Yeah, no, I can see it.
Okay, to order from, and then I want to put Mary in here. I'm going to put host, and I'll put apostrophe S, party. All right, so if I do that, this, when it posts on Mary's page, it's going to say, instead of host, it's going to say to order from Mary's party. And I suppose I should spell click right. Click on the link below, and then it's going to post her personal link.
So anything you put in within parentheses is going to connect it.
There's 3 times you could use this. One is for host, the host name, the link to their party on your consultant's corner. And then there's another one where you can add like a phrase or something that I've never used. And I'm not sure why I would repeat my phrase without typing it in here. I guess I'm a little confused as to what that would be. So I'm not sure. So then I can look down here and it asks me what day I want this to post on. This will probably not post on my first day. So maybe right now I'm going to put it on day 5. And then you pick the time, and this is, you know, maybe I'll use this for a dinner post. So I'm going to do 5 p.m. And then I'm just going to save it. Okay. So if I go up now to my, see up here, you got dashboard, that will jump you back to dashboard. This will jump you to all your templates, but this will just make me be able to see what I've got here. So see how I've already got one for day 5 at 5 p.m. So now I want to add a new post, and maybe I'm going to do a picture. Here's Consultant's Corner. Sorry. We are going to, oops, that wasn't the one I wanted to do. So let's say, and of course, I'm on a Mac, and I apologize because I'm good at a Mac, and I can't tell you all of this stuff on your computer. So let's say I want to do something about the Mix and Shop. Where'd that go? So if I go to Pampered Chef, and this is where you can get, go on to their, and I don't want to go into, try to get into the other area. This area is real easy for me to use. So if I view this product, here's the picture. If you click on it, it's big. If I want to produce a screenshot on mine, there's 3 buttons I hit, and I can stretch that and copy it. Okay, or I can take this and drag it in to like my photo editor, or just put it on my desktop. So if I drag this onto my desktop, and I'll show you what photo editor does later if you want to look at that. But anyway, so once I drag that, and I've got all these things up here. So if I get on here, and this one's going to be a picture, and it's going to ask me, you know, of course it's right here on my screen now. So there's my picture. So I've added my picture. So when you copy and paste, you can copy and paste into this. Or if you save it on your desktop, wherever you save it, you can find it just by browsing. You know, you can go to your downloads, your desktop, your whatever, you know, a document you have over here. I just throw mine on the desktop because it's easy with my particular program.
I have files that I label them and put them in files.
Okay, so if you already got a format made, it would be very simple to transfer it into here. So if you already have the words and stuff, and then you would copy and paste your words into here, you know, whatever it is. This is the video, sorry. And so this one here, let's say I'm done with that, and, you know, tell them it's the thing that we're raising money, and I'm going to put this on day 3, and I'm going to put this at, you know, 3 o'clock. I mean, I don't know what time you're going to post. And then when I save, or I can just click save and add new. But then I can look at this and I can see that I've already got 2 posts in here. And the nice thing is it will keep track of the order they're in for you. So they'll start, so if I put in day 7 and then I put in day 1 will always show up at the top. And based on the time. And you can go in here and edit your time. You can go in and edit your date. You can edit in here, which I like. So this one, and then I can just move on to the next link, you know, to look at them.
Okay. Now you might be talking about this in a little while, but how many times do you post a day? Not how many posts, but how many different groups do you post?
Oh, how many different parties?
No, how many times a day do you, I know you do several posts in one time frame, but how many times do you post during the day?
Okay, so if I go to my templates here, I'll give you just a real quick scenario. This is the one I'm using right now. Okay, whoops, that's my May sample, sorry. So if I go over to list, here is my May 2020. So when you go into here and look, and of course our picture's over the top, so I can't show you as much. So if you go into here, this is my Friday. I have 2 in the morning, or 2 in the afternoon, and 3 in the evening, okay? And that's, and I always start out with a welcome post. It's got my picture. It tells them how they can, you know, a little bit about me, because they want to know who's posting all this stuff, okay? My next one is just an interactive, and I try to do those every day, something interactive to get them talking and posting and making comments. And they don't necessarily have to do with Pampered Chef. And I find that during the main body of mine, I like to have them more Pampered Chef. But during the first intro, this is very non-evasive. And once they start commenting, they'll see the posts.
Mm-hmm.
So this is nothing to do with cooking. It's not like, do you want to book a show with me or anything like that? This is just a real fun, easy one.
And when
then,
you do interactive, it's best to do an interactive where they actually have to type words in and not just a yes and a no, because that won't, the algorithm doesn't work very well.
right. Thumbs up and thumbs down do not do anything for them. That's why you want
a
your
conversation.
Right. You want your host to comment, not just like. And I do tell them that. So here's my to-do list. I kind of give them an overview of what's going on in the party. And then I have another interactive. I'm actually going to change this. I don't want 2 on the first day. So this one's going to end up getting kicked out to someplace else. And then this one is talks about the interactive catalog. And I actually sat down and did a video. And I guess I didn't realize how many people, and this again is, I've been avidly training myself as much as possible. Anything I can find, I watch and read, because everybody else is doing this and very successful. It doesn't mean that I know everything yet. And so I'm willing to take anybody's ideas and try to utilize as much myself. So somebody else, and I couldn't even tell you who it was because I've done so much training, did a video of talking about the interactive catalog. So I did a video and I posted it where I can reuse it. So if you post on your business page, you can actually reuse it into a group, which means you can put that same link onto all your shows. You can share that in all your shows. I happen to put mine on YouTube so that I can use it anytime I want. I just link them off of YouTube.
That's what I do.
Yep. So anyway, I did that, and I talked about the catalog, and a lot of people don't realize that if they're looking through that catalog and maybe they have the cast iron skillet and they've never used it, I'm not going to tell you they haven't used that, but you know, something they haven't used. If you look at that picture, sometimes there's on the bottom, it'll say something about a recipe. From the interactive catalog, if they click on it, it takes them directly to that recipe.
Oh, even, oh, okay, on the interactive catalog, it'll do that.
So
Okay.
if they're looking at that, they can click on, and so I want them to utilize this catalog to the best of their
Mhm.
ability. I mean, so why look at a catalog if it's nothing for you? So they can actually click on those links. So it gives them a reason to share or save my video or to save the link to that catalog. So there's my YouTube video that explains how to work the interactive catalog. And then this one is, this is actually one from Pampered Chef. It's what's new. So it shows the quick 3-minute, 2-minute video about what's new in the catalog. So if somebody says, well, I've been to one of these 100 times, I want that at the beginning to show that there are new things. So if you go into my template, here's day 1, and it happens to have 5 posts. This is Saturday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, and they're only at noon and in the evening. Sunday, another short one, noon and in the evening. And then when I go into day 4, this is where my meat and potato comes in. I'm starting in the morning, and I'm going to change these times, which I haven't done yet, but I'm going to do those hopefully today so that I can start them tomorrow on my parties. But here I have 3 in the morning, 3 at noon, and 1, 2, 3, 3 at night.
Okay, let's talk about that because there's a bit of controversy about how to space those 3 posts apart in each section. You know, like if you're doing morning, afternoon, and evening. Tell us about spacing times between
Okay,
them.
so this was brought up to my attention a couple of times, and everything I've read and everything that I've seen from Facebook that they put out on their business training and on Post My Party and everything, if you post within 3 minutes of each other, okay, on one party, I'm not talking about posting at the exact same time on 10 different parties. I'm talking about if my posts are spaced 3 minutes apart at 6, 6:01, and 6:02, and 6:03, I could do 4 of them. It'll come up as one notification. One of the things, if somebody turns on their notifications that you got to be aware of is every time you post, they're going to get a notification, which might be a ding on their phone. So if I'm posting every 5 minutes and they're getting ding, 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 they're not going to get, they're going to go on to that. They're going to turn off their notifications and they'll probably be not come back on. Okay. I will show you when I go to set up a party, and I'll show you that in a minute, but I'll show you the reason people are getting into Facebook jail is because when they're posting, I'm doing Mary's party and it starts, the first post is at 6:01. Well, if I've got 5 parties and the first post is at 6 or 6:01, that's 5 exact same posts going onto Facebook at the exact same time. It's not going to
work. That's what puts you in jail?
That will put you in jail. Not the fact that you're posting close together. It's the fact that you're showing the same post to the same, or to 5 different groups at the exact same time.
Okay, so that's the repetition. It's repetitive posting. It's right. Not how often you post, it's repetitive posting. Thanks for
repetitive posting. So okay. If you're posting, you're better off to pick 2 or 3 times in my book. This is how I feel about this. And I've done tons of these where I've invited people I know that are old Pampered Chef consultants that are good friends and asked them how they felt about it. And their biggest complaint is I can't stand getting 700 notifications a day. That's too much. Okay. That's my personal opinion. I know other people, they have it different, and that's fine. So you work what works for you. So with that said, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to show you how easy it is to set up a party. So if I go into my parties, here's a list of my parties that are going on right now. Okay. So this is what's happening right now and who's, involved. So when I want to create a party, I'm going to hit this schedule new right there. Hello. Why is it not working? There it goes. Schedule new. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to choose a template, and I'm going to show you my May one because I want to show you something here. So I picked May. That's my current one. And I'm going to pull it from my business page. And I'm going to go in here and pick my business page. It will show any page that you're associated with on that. And then here's my parties. So I'm going to hit the top one because it's easy. So Alicia's party here. And anytime I build something in my Facebook group, I always put Pampered Chef in the title. All of mine say their name, their virtual Pampered Chef party, and sometimes I'll put a date, and that makes it easier to find. But the reason I do this is I'm not embarrassed to say that it's Pampered Chef. If you're trying to hide what kind of a party this is, a lot of people won't click on it because of that. I have a lot of people that invite me to different groups, and I don't click on it because I don't know what it is, and I don't want to be getting notifications from something I'm not interested. So that will get people in there that want to be in the Pampered Chef party. I'm going to start this tomorrow on Friday. Here's your time zone. So if you have somebody in a different time zone, make sure you work at their time zone and not ours. And then here's what I can do with this. We're going to replace the host name with Alicia. And then I need a, whoops, I'm sorry, I got to grab. I'm going to grab, okay, so here I'm going to grab this link. I know this isn't the link. So I'm going to copy the link here. And I'm going to drop it in to replace, see where it says replace link here with, and there's her link for her party. And then this is replace text. Again, I haven't really found a need to use this, but if I want to put, I don't know what you'd put in text that you would replace, but every time you tell it text, it would replace it with that. And I guess I don't see a need for it yet. And maybe I haven't taken enough training. And so I'm going to hit create party. And this is how you're going to avoid, see those yellow things that say duplicate? That's because I already got somebody else doing a party at that exact same time. Okay. I do not want those to not show up. So I'm going to go into this bottom adjust, and I'm going to adjust it. You can adjust it by a week, day, hours, minutes, adjust it by 1 minute and update and see if that helps. Oh, wait, no yellow. So that means Post My Party's not trying to post 5 of the exact same posts at the exact same time, which is going to throw you in jail. That's the biggest thing about going to jail. That's one of them that I found out. So there's how you set up your party. Now, the next question that I get from a lot of people, and we're going to get rid of this. Ooh, where'd it go? Oh, shoot. I don't know which one's the wrong one. I think this is the wrong one. Hopefully they're the exact same. Oh, I better double check that. Sorry. I just don't want hers to be screwed up. Oh, I'm just going to delete it all together. I'm going to have to go back in and recreate it because I didn't put her link in there. I put somebody else's link in there. So we're just going to delete that. I'll redo that later. So now when you go into your templates, this shows all the templates that you have in your list. Okay. And let's say I'm working in, I'm working on May right now. And I personally use almost the identical same template every time I do this. Okay, so I'm not going in there and recreating something new every single time. Okay, and I've never had anybody go, oh, I've already seen that. Interactive posts, they'll notice real fast, but not everybody watches every single video, reads every single post. So it's like when you do the same demo at your party. So when I do the Clubhouse chicken squares or the, something fajitas in the quick cooker, even though they're at the party and they see the same recipe, they see different tools. They've already got this, they skim over it, they go to the next post. It's no different than that. So when I want to do this, I'm going to go into my May. And in order to do this, I'm going to change this to June. And I'm going to put, this is how I do it. And you can do it however you want. June needs editing. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to update. Oh, shoot. That's not what I wanted to do. I did this wrong. This is May. All right, sorry. I'm going to update that back to that. So basically, I'm going to actually hit the copy template. So when I hit the copy template down here, up here, it's going to show May 20, but this is the copy. So I still have the original May 2020. So now I'm going to do put in my June, and then needs editing. And I can change the title later when it's done editing. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to update. And when I go into my templates now, where is it? The list. Here's my June needs editing. Okay, so I can still use this May template for my parties going on, and I can start editing for June. That means I can change my guest specials. If I want to change some of my posts or my interactive posts, if I want to add the 5-inch cast iron skillets on there, I will. So this is going to be where I'm going to edit it, and I'm not recreating the same thing. So it's very simple to use. Okay, and Post My Party has worked very hard with Facebook to try to help keep us out of jail, and that's why it will tell you certain things.
So really, well, after you spend the time putting in your first template, it's much quicker after that. It's just the first template.
Yes, it way easier. Once that template is created, now I just usually edit it. I take out posts that I don't think have been very effective, and I change them, or I do something different. I might change up some of the base tools. I might change up a recipe for a power tool, but I don't change a lot. So I'm not, once you create, it goes very fast. So if you're using this, and I go in and here is, you know, and I'm gonna go here, and I've edited these two, you know what I'm saying? And I've put these in. I can bounce around because I already know that Wednesday is day 2 or whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever I've typed in here. And I can bounce around and I can put in all of my interactive posts. Then I can fill in with my power tools. And then you can bounce around a little bit and not feel like you have to have it perfectly in your mind how you're structuring this. And if you go, when I did through structuring, when I tried to do it from day 1 and go every single post in a row, I ended up having duplicate posts, number 1, because I forgot that maybe I had posted that 3 days ago and I didn't work on it all at once. But I probably put in 20 some hours putting it together, which is horrible. With this thing here, because I can bounce around and I can give you I mean, it's basic skeleton. I mean, you can do it on a notebook or whatever. But when I can bounce around, I can start out and go, okay, first thing I'm going to do is my intro, you know, or that doesn't sound fun. Today, I think I'll just work on all interactive. You put all your interactive in, and then you go in and you put in your booking, you put in your recruiting, you put in all those things. And then you can look at it and go, man, I really need more posts for this day, or I need more posts for that day. And you can start filling in with the products. You can start filling in with a theme from Pampered Chef. You can start whatever, but your base should be the same. Your interactives should be daily. And Pampered Chef has some really good interactive stuff. There's certain things that I tell everybody should be a daily thing. Interactive booking should be at least a bare minimum twice. Your guest special should come out right at the very beginning and then be reminded at some point during the week. I do my door prize slips on Wednesday. I mean, there's something that I put in onto everything, and that's my format that I keep in my structure. And then I just switch out posts occasionally. So,
and Sue, you're going to put this skeleton in our team Facebook page as a attachment or something, so that they can print it out, correct? We're going to try to do that.
Yeah, so if they want to print this out, they can, and that will help them a ton. So I went through and I had this, hold on a second, door price slips. We're going to go to.
We have about 5 more minutes, Sue.
All right, really quickly, I'm going to tell you a couple things. You have to have a business page to keep out of jail, okay? You want interactive posts because that gets people commenting, which keeps you high in their notifications. You 100% want a welcome post. You want a housekeeping post, which kind of explains what's happening in this party, how to place an order and things like that. I will recommend going live at least once during their party, Always have at least 1 or 2 booking posts and recruiting posts. That's huge. If you don't have them, you're not going to get them. Always do a guest Always do a guest special post early in your show. That's important because people will start ordering and you don't want them not to know that they get a gift with $80 purchase. I always have a housekeeping post at the very top, which has the link to the party, and you can pin that through the little dots on the side that says, you know, pin or mark this as announcement, I think is what it says. Use the Pampered Chef videos all the time because otherwise you might be linking to somebody else's page. Show the power tools to create desire to book because otherwise they may not book. Invite them to join your PC team at least 5 times is what they recommend. And that's through private messenger. I'm working with my host behind the scene, encouraging them to host, or I mean to become a consultant. Keep your posts short and to the point, and play games is always a good way to interact. Share the video on their dashboard with your hosts. That's important. Use the hostess coaching tab, which if you don't know about that, we can work on that on the next call. And then keep in mind that Dash has a lot of resources. I started training on Dash and I found things that I didn't know were there. I'm a director. I should know they're there and I should be aware of them. And they're things to make life easier.
There's a lot in Dash. Can you also post this to-do and not to-do list on the team page as a attachment?
Yeah, I can do that, or I'll just copy and paste it or whatever.
Yeah.
Do not use PC in your business page as a lead. That is something Pampered Chef has asked us not to do, and they can ask you to change it or take it down, and you don't want to be in that spot. So you can't say Pampered Chef Sue Reynolds. So you can't have that as the lead. They actually got instructions on some of that. Do not use events. Always go from that's another one that's going to get you in jail. If you use events, you're in trouble. Do not copy something word for word from somebody else. If you don't change it, it is considered spam, period. That's why I don't share my templates a lot, because I don't want somebody using it and putting us both in jail. You do not want to use cap lock, so don't put anything, all caps. It's another thing that triggers them to put you in jail, and so do exclamation points. If you use the $ within your post, they will actually try to switch it to marketplace, and that will put you in jail because it confuses Facebook algorithms and it screws them up. So they don't want you to do that. And you don't want to put the PC order link in every post. You can put it on a couple of times a day or 3 times a day, depending on how many times you're posting, but you don't want it in every single post. That puts you in where they start looking at your post, wondering what you're doing. During the party, you always have to hostess coach. You can't assume that they know anything. You need to be the expert and you need to teach them how to do this. Because I use a posting site, I can be interactive with my guests, and that's important. You want to ask questions and answer questions. And do not post that or do a post that will get them to private message you the answer, because that gets an interaction where you can actually talk to them behind the scenes about booking and selling. And then go live in your thing. The other things that work for me is I do door prize slips mid-party. I can show, if somebody doesn't know how to do that, I learned on YouTube, but I can show that during one of these things if we need to. I do a hostess coaching group, and I create a lot of my own posts, and that is very simple if you have a Mac. I'm sure it's simple on any other computer, but Mac is the only one I know. Documents with words for posting. So I've got a, every time I started putting this together, and it's got all my wording that I use for my hosts that as I'm coaching and things I post on every single show. And so when I created, I started a document. So now I can just copy and paste. Okay.
That's smart, because that saves you a lot of time.
It does. So every time I've worked with a host and I hear this question a second time, instead of, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my gosh, I better have something online to do that. The other thing is Pampered Chef has tons and tons of tools and ideas and themes and stuff, and it will make it simpler for you. So utilize what you have there. Just make sure you're creating your own words so you don't end up getting yourself put into Facebook jail. Because if you're copying and pasting exactly, You know, like somebody will post something on their thing. Oh, you know, this is the new stuff on the outlet. I've seen that a lot. And then all of a sudden you see hundreds of consultants all posting it. Boom, that's making it into spam. And now you're going to go to jail along with the person that created it, which is stinky for them. So you want to do it's a lot of your own stuff, especially the wording. If you use the same picture, it's okay. But if they've created it in like Pic Collage or PicMonkey or whatever it is, a lot of times those will bump up as spam quicker.
And be cautious that it doesn't link it to their site too. When,
yeah, a lot of times
one of your guests clicks on it.
Yep, a lot of times they embed those pictures with things to their own party. So when they create,
which is a smart move on their part.
Oh yeah, so go ahead and steal it. I'll get all your sales too. Thank you very much for sharing.
Right. Exactly, right.
So, but if you want Sherry to, and I can post this too if you want.
I would like, yes, if you don't mind posting those 3 things, I think that will be very helpful. I didn't know there was such a chart, and I think that is going to be really helpful. At least I know it will be for me to figure out what I want to post when I want to post it. So thank you.
Yeah, I got that from Marvin, one of the guys on my team. He's like,
thank you.
I'm following this. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need that.
Thanks. Well, our next call is, Sue, thank you so much, especially for doing this a second time around. Really appreciate that. Our next call is going to be by Sue as well, and that's going to be Sunday the 17th, and that is at 8 p.m. Eastern time, in the evening, Eastern time, and I'll be setting up the Zoom connection and posting it on the Clausen team page, so you'll have that Zoom connection. And in just a few minutes after this is downloaded, I will post this copy along, and then Sue will post the attachments that are so helpful. So Sue, thank you so very much. Our next call, I believe you're going to teach us how to put together the party on the business page.
Yes.
So
yes.
All the little tricks to that.
Yeah, because it's fairly simple. If somebody really, really wants to learn how to edit a picture, to do any of the extra things, to create I'll tell you, create a door price slip. I guarantee you, you're going to flip out when you see, I posted on my business page and I got 7 bookings from it. So yeah, if they want to do that, I will help them with that too. So, and your voice just went out.
I have a very restless dog, so before I have this works on here, I'm going to sign off, and thanks, and we will meet next Sunday.
Okay, sounds perfect. Thanks, Sherry.